Well, I think if you stop and look at my personal history, I was raised in a place called East St. Louis, Illinois, which was one of the poorest communities in the country. But back in the 60s, East St. Louis was also one of the places that produced steel, it produced glass, it produced cardboard boxes, and it produced bullets. And so not only did you have bars and churches, which is probably all that's left there now in hospitals, but you had businesses, you had car dealerships, you had a black-owned hotel, you had all of that infrastructure from the 60s to the mid-70s because of those businesses that were located in and around that area. I left, went to school, came back, let's say circa 8 years later, and all of those businesses had closed down. And the incidence of unemployment had gone from 10%, which was still high, but it had gone to 25%. The incidence of incarceration had gone up to where 1 out of every 3 young black males were going to jail. And the incidence of drug, just forget about it, because crack had kind of taken over the community. And that let me know that what kept that community together when I was a teen was jobs. So I decided my life's work was going to be about trying to rebuild communities by putting jobs inside of the communities. And then having well-intentioned customers who would be willing to invest in what I was trying to do, which was create jobs, but also trying to create value. Because without revenue and a customer, you don't have a sustainable business. And then being intentioned about doing those things and being that connector between the employee and the ultimate customer, be it Pizza Hut, where we make the red box you see on TV, or be it Thai washing powders, where we make most of the cartons for west of the Mississippi. You've got to find those customers that are willing to invest in you, and then you've got to be willing to invest in those employees. And that's challenged, because you've got to be willing to invest in the skills-based training, and you've got to be willing to invest in some of the life career-based issues too, because they're real and they're there. But if you get past them, you'll find out that it's value created for the customer. Every decision you make in business has an impact on your bottom line. And so if you decide to locate in a certain place, vis-a-vis in the inner city, then there is an impact to cost, where you're going to locate. There's an impact to transportation. And what I found is when you weigh the good and the bad, it's a net positive impact. It's not a net negative.